let's record.
Okay, hey, with me. Started off, you should be at the back of your book, just taking some notes. We started off, I'm going to start off with this problem. Yes, if your math teacher writes it down, you write it down. Take your hat off.
Dang it.
Okay, now, if I were to draw a rough sketch of this, can you tell me what type of graph I'd be drawing? What would the right-hand behavior be? What would the left-hand behavior be? So it would look something like this. Do we agree? Okay. So now going from there, do you recall when we would write intervals about increasing and decreasing? You remember how I'd always tell you only put parentheses because you can't increase or decrease when you're changing directions? Okay. So in your thing, it's asking you about increasing and decreasing. You can get the derivative and you can help yourself sketch a graph. For example, my first derivative of f of x, I'm going to go through this for all those people who've been missing. Maybe they didn't watch the video that they should have watched because it was out there because, you know, hey, if you're not in class, you don't have to be doing anything. Wrong. Anyway, the way this works, when you take a first derivative of something, say, for example, it started off being ax to the b. Well, that would be a times b x b minus 1, right? So we're going to take this 3 out in front. Focus. 3 times 1 is 3 squared.
Yes.
Here, we're going to take the 2 out in front, so we got negative 4x. And that's my derivative. Okay? Now, the first thing I'm interested in finding out is, what's the slope right here?
0.
What's the slope right here? And this thing is all about slope, right? I want to find out where the slope is 0. So I'm going to say 0 equals 3x squared minus 4x. And then we're going to solve it?
Yep.
We're going to factor out an x, and we're going to get 3x minus 4. So x equals what? And x equals? Okay. So that means, let's see, this point right here is 0. This point right here is at 4/3.
Yep.
Do you agree that this particular graph is increasing from negative infinity to 0?
Yes.
And from 4/3 to infinity?
Yes.
Do you agree it's decreasing from 0 to 4/3?
Yes.
Okay. Could we figure out what the y values are at those points?
Plug them in.
Plug them in. If I plug in 0, I get 0. So this is the y-intercept right here. Great. You plug in 4/3.
4/3 squared is something I don't know.
So you're going up here. Yeah, you're going to do it anyway. So it's going to be what? 4/3 cubed minus 2 4/3 squared. There you go. Do some work.
Okay.
That's easy.
I like this.
64 over 27.
Well, you can't see through it, and then you
I'm helping you out. I'm getting you there a little faster.
I got it. I'll do the next one. Don't do the square.
Okay, don't do it out loud.
Ready? I got that. What's that? That over that times 2. Hey, I'm singing. No yapping about recording. So then we go.
So just for our fans to know, that's Derek singing instead of doing math. Braylon, do I have a second on that?
Yeah.
Are you recording? Oh, it's like, who's the band?
Oh,
Negative 32 over.
hi people watching.
Negative 32 over 27.
Yeah.
Thank you, Parker. I appreciate you doing your work.
I did that too.
Okay, so you can start doing a rough sketch now, right? Based on those 2 points alone. So then sometimes it just asks you, hey, at this point, is it in an increasing or a decreasing interval? So I want to know, without ever seeing this graph and without doing this work that I've already done, hey, over here at -1, is that an increasing or a decreasing interval? We already know the answer, but your derivative can give it to you. If I do -1 and I plug it in, what do I get for an answer?
3 minus.
And 7 is positive, which means it's on an increasing interval. Say I want to know between 0 and 4/3. So say I want to just do, how about 1? Well, 1 would be, do good math. which is negative, right? And that is on a decreasing interval, correct? So if you plug a value, if they want to know if it's increasing or decreasing, all you have to do is plug it into the derivative, the first derivative, and it'll tell you just by is it a positive or a negative sign. So then if I go beyond that, like 2, 4. Once again, I got positive, and that is on a positive interval. So do you see how you can use your derivative 1 to find your, this is called a local max. This is called a local min. Why is it not an absolute min or max?
I don't know what that means.
That's why I'm talking about it. Because both graphs, doesn't this graph go up to infinity?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
So can 0 actually be the maximum? Does this graph go to negative infinity? So this one can't be a absolute minimum. It goes below there, right? So if there are larger values, any humps and bumps in the thing, those are going to be local and minimum maxes.
I might not be.
A relative max is what? Yeah, the relative and local, both of those work. Okay. Questions about any of that? So we understand the increasing and decreasing part.
If you do the first derivative, you plug in an x value they give you, and if the y value is negative, it's decreasing. If it's positive, it's increasing.
Correct. Okay. Yes, it's within an increasing interval or a negative or a decrease. Now check this one out. Do you remember how I always told you to do the parentheses?
Yeah.
Okay. What if I wanted to do f, the first derivative, and I want to do it of 0? So that would be what? 3, 0 squared minus 4, 0. What do we get? 0. It's not increasing or decreasing. Because it is one of our, it's changing direction. So you remember how I always told you do not include them? That's why we don't include them. They're not increasing. They're not decreasing. Okay?
So if
We okay with
hit 0 for y value, we know it's going to be a max or a minimum.
Yes.
Okay. So we won't know which one though.
Depend, if you do a rough sketch, then you'll know. The other way you could know is what's happening before it and after it. So I can do this and I can do this, and if this is positive and this is negative, I know it's a max. If this is negative and this is positive, I know it's a min. Okay? Okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. Things I want to talk to you about your quiz.